Right now, as you're sitting there watching this, something extraordinary is happening. Not on your screen, not in the room around you, but inside you, and all around you. You're breathing. Your heart is beating. Your body feels stable, normal, predictable. But beneath that sense of normality is something far more fragile than it seems. Because the truth is, your survival depends on systems you cannot see, cannot control, and rarely even think about. And if even one of them failed, not slowly, not over years, but suddenly, life as we know it could begin to unravel in a matter of days. This isn't science fiction. This isn't hypothetical. This is reality, happening right now. Everything keeping you alive, your breath, your food, your body, even the stability of the planet itself, is supported by something scientists call ecosystems. But when most people hear that word, they think of forests, oceans, wildlife. What they don't realize is that ecosystems are not just places. They are systems of interaction, complex, interconnected networks of chemistry, biology, and physics, all working together to maintain balance. Some of the most important ones are completely invisible. Take a breath right now. That simple act, something you've done thousands of times today without noticing, is the result of one of the most finely tuned systems in existence. Earth's atmosphere wasn't always like this. Billions of years ago, there was almost no oxygen at all. In fact, oxygen was once toxic to early life. It wasn't until tiny organisms, cyanobacteria, began performing photosynthesis that everything changed. These microscopic life forms started releasing oxygen as a byproduct, slowly transforming the planet. This shift led to what scientists call the Great Oxygenation Event, a moment in Earth's history that allowed complex life to eventually evolve. And this wasn't understood until scientists like Joseph Priestley and Antoine Lavoisier began studying gases in the 18th century. They realized something profound. Air isn't just empty space. It's a carefully balanced mixture. Today, that balance sits at around 21% oxygen, and that number is incredibly specific. Slightly higher, and fires would ignite more easily. Ecosystems could burn uncontrollably. Slightly lower, and large complex organisms, including you, would struggle to survive. And maintaining that balance isn't automatic. It's constantly regulated by plants, algae, and phytoplankton, especially those in the ocean, which produce a massive portion of the oxygen you breathe. So every breath you take is not just air. It's the result of billions of years of biological evolution, still happening, right now. Now think about water, not just as something you drink, but as something that has been moving through this planet for longer than life itself. The water cycle, what scientists call the water cycle, is one of the oldest systems still in motion. Water evaporates from oceans, rises into the atmosphere, condenses into clouds, and falls back to Earth as rain. But what makes this system extraordinary isn't just movement. It's purification. This idea started becoming clear as early as the 1600s, when Jan Baptist van Helmont began investigating how water contributes to life. Later, scientists discovered that evaporation naturally removes impurities, while soil and rock act as filters, cleaning water as it travels underground. So the water you drank today could have passed through glaciers, rivers, animals, even ancient ecosystems millions of years ago. And yet, by the time it reaches you, it's clean enough to sustain life. Without this system constantly running, clean water wouldn't just be scarce, it would be nearly impossible to maintain. Now we move from the scale of the planet to something much closer: your body. For a long time, humans believed they were singular organisms, independent, self-contained. That idea began to change with scientists like Louis Pasteur, who proved that microorganisms exist and affect our health. Later, Alexander Fleming revealed that bacteria could be both harmful and beneficial. Today, we understand something even deeper. You are not just you. Inside your body lives an entire ecosystem, the microbiome. Trillions of bacteria, fungi, and microbes live in your gut, on your skin, and throughout your body. And they're not just passive. They actively break down food your body can't digest on its own, produce essential vitamins, and train your immune system to recognize threats. Some scientists even believe they influence mood and behavior through the gut-brain connection. This idea has been shaped in part by evolutionary thinkers like Lynn Margulis, who emphasized that cooperation, not just competition, is fundamental to life. Without your microbiome, your body wouldn't just struggle, it would fail to function. Now step back and look at the bigger picture. Air, water, microbial life. They might seem separate, but they're not. They are part of a single, interconnected system. This idea was famously proposed by James Lovelock through the Gaia hypothesis. He suggested that Earth behaves almost like a living organism, regulating its temperature, atmosphere, and chemistry to sustain life. It's not that the planet is conscious, but that life itself shapes the conditions needed for life to continue. Plants regulate air. Oceans regulate temperature. Microorganisms regulate nutrients. Everything is connected. And like any interconnected system, it depends on balance. Even small disruptions, changes in temperature, loss of biodiversity, shifts in atmospheric chemistry can create ripple effects. And those ripples don't stay isolated. They spread. Right now, without thinking about it, your lungs are exchanging gases with the atmosphere, your cells are interacting with microscopic organisms, water is moving through your body, and the planet itself is maintaining the conditions that make all of this possible, all at the same time. You are not separate from these systems. You are a part of them. A node in a network that stretches from the smallest bacteria to the largest ecosystems on Earth. And that realization changes something. Because it means your existence isn't just supported by these systems, it's intertwined with them. But here's where the story shifts. Because while these systems feel stable, permanent, almost untouchable, they're not. If you went back just 100 years, to the early 1900s, you would find a planet that looked similar on the surface, but functioned very differently underneath. Industrialization was accelerating, but it hadn't yet reached the scale we see today. Carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere were significantly lower. Forests were more widespread. Oceans were less acidic. The balance still existed, but it was under far less pressure. That began to change rapidly after events like the Industrial Revolution, and even more dramatically during what scientists call the Great Acceleration. Human activity didn't just increase, it exploded. Fossil fuel use skyrocketed. Cities expanded. Forests were cleared. Oceans became dumping grounds for waste. And for the first time in Earth's history, a single species began altering multiple global systems at once. One of the clearest examples of this is what we now call climate change. Scientists like Svante Arrhenius predicted over a century ago that increasing carbon dioxide could warm the planet. At the time, it was just a theory. Today, it's measurable reality. Global temperatures have risen. Ice sheets are melting. Sea levels are climbing. But the deeper issue isn't just temperature. It's disruption. Because when the climate shifts, everything connected to it shifts too. Rainfall patterns change. Ecosystems struggle to adapt. Species migrate or disappear entirely. Then there's pollution. Not just visible pollution, but microscopic, chemical, and persistent. Plastics breaking down into microplastics now exist in oceans, soil, even inside the human body. Air pollution alters atmospheric chemistry. Excess nitrogen from agriculture disrupts soil ecosystems. And these changes don't stay isolated. They feed back into the systems we rely on, affecting air quality, water purity, and even the microorganisms inside us. And now there's a newer layer being added to all of this. Technology, especially artificial intelligence. Massive data centers, the backbone of modern AI systems, require enormous amounts of energy and water to operate and cool. Many of them draw power from the same energy systems that contribute to greenhouse gas emissions. At the same time, they place increasing demand on local water supplies, tying digital infrastructure directly into physical ecosystems. It's a reminder that even the most advanced technology is still dependent on the same invisible systems that keep you alive. Then there's something simpler, but just as impactful. Human presence. Deforestation, urban expansion, overfishing, habitat destruction. Every time a forest is cleared, it's not just trees being removed. It's an entire system being disrupted. Every time an ecosystem is simplified, it becomes more fragile, less resilient, more likely to collapse under pressure. Scientists are now tracking what they call tipping points, thresholds where systems don't just change, but shift rapidly into entirely new states. And once those thresholds are crossed, they're incredibly difficult to reverse. Looking into the near future, the concern isn't that these systems will disappear overnight. It's that they will slowly lose their ability to maintain balance. Oceans absorbing more carbon become more acidic, affecting marine life. Forests under stress absorb less carbon, accelerating atmospheric change. Water cycles shift, leading to droughts in some regions and floods in others. The systems don't stop, they weaken. And when enough of them weaken at the same time, the stability we take for granted begins to fade. So, the next time you take a breath, pause for just a second, because that breath isn't just yours. It's part of a system that began billions of years ago, shaped by organisms you'll never see, maintained by processes you'll never feel. The same goes for the water you drink, the food you eat, the body you live in. You are being sustained by a vast, invisible network of systems working together in ways we are still trying to understand. And now, for the first time, those systems are being reshaped by us. Quietly, gradually, but undeniably. And the question isn't whether they matter. It's how long they can keep doing what they've always done in a world that is changing faster than ever before. Because without them, none of this would exist.